management for VMware. And we have two speakers today. I'm very excited to introduce the CEO of Runecast, Stanmir Markov, and he is joined by an executive fellow from Fujisoft, Yoshimasa Yamamoto. So please put your hands together for Yoshimasa and Mr. Stanmir Markov.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. So today we have a very interesting topic. We're going to talk a bit about Runecast, how it helps you with proactive system management. But first, before we talk about that, let me introduce our awesome partner from Japan, Fujisoft, and the executive fellow Yoshimasa.
Good morning to all. I'm Yoshi Yamamoto from Fujisoft, a Japanese company based in Tokyo metropolitan area. I'm R&D manager of Solution Business Division, and at the same time, an executive fellow. I have been awarded with the title of the expert consecutive 7 years. So basically, at VMware, at Fujisoft, VMware is my baby. It's my great pleasure to give you a presentation at VMWorld today. I'm going to talk about the management system that the Japanese customers ask for, and introduce how Fujisoft provides this management system to our customers. And after my presentation, Mr. Stan, CEO of Runecast Solutions, will give you an introduction of Runecast products. But let me first introduce our company. Fujisoft was established in 1970. It solely employs 7,100 people. But as a group, we employ over 14,000 people. What makes us unique is that 80% our employees is engineers. And that's part of one of the reasons why one of the leading players in newly emerging fields such as AI, IoT, robotics, as well as security. As a system integrator, we also very strong in VMware business in Japan, providing SDDC to 102 customers and latest VDI to 62 customers. Some of you may know Japanese customers' expectation for system availability is extremely high. They fear that the latest software version tend to have more bugs than legacy one. There's no problem, don't fix it mentality. Also, they would like to keep a bundle of thick operation manuals close at hand, thinking when something goes wrong, they can follow step-by-step interaction in manuals precisely. So the question is, what sort of management system can satisfy Japanese customers who tend to be pedantic, particular, and sometimes demanding? We figure that there are 3 basic elements that Japanese customers expect of management system. That is ease of use, and smartness, and proactivity. Let's now take a look at the first element, ease of use. ICT infrastructure consists of multiple layers. That is hardware, operating system, middleware, and network, etc. And each of layers, various technologies are used. Despite its complexity, dislike in other countries, those who operate the system in Japan are not so technical people. This is the reason why the system needs to be easy for them to use. And the second element is smartness. As I mentioned earlier, ICT infrastructure consists of multiple layers. However, the users do not want to manage the tools separately, layer by layer. They want to grasp what's going on from in its entirety from the management system. It's our own tool. We have developed our own developed tool. As you can see, these tools have the non-issue list. This list pulled from the Runecast through the API. And through the list, clicking will take you the actual query. And this tool is customizable.
So in just a few seconds, we're going to hear also some testimonial from one of our Japanese customers. Unfortunately, we cannot be here today, but we have recorded audio.
I am Nakajima from Flower Action Japan. Before deploying Runecast, it used to take a huge amount of time just to apply patches or modify settings, etc. Being a proactive system, Runecast automatically creates a non-issues report and always gives us the best configuration values. The main reason why we decided to deploy Runecast is its ability to produce highly useful reports and help us review and improve the system. The data we can get from Runecast has made preparations for upgrading easy. In the past year, this summer, and at the end of last year, Runecast was able to detect vulnerability of CPU. We are preparing for an upgrade as we speak based on the information from Runecast. Runecast being an excellent proactive system, it always gives us the latest information before an issue occurs, so we can continue to use the system with confidence. For us, it's a great bonus that the license-free covers all the upgrades and that vulnerability information related to vSAN and NSX as well as recommended configuration values are also made available at no additional cost.
This is our Japanese company, Japanese customers, one of our Japanese customers, Mr. Nakajima from Flower Action Japan. We have received a number of compliments from other customers as well. This is the end of my presentation. Now I would like to pass on to Mr. Stan. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, let me give you a little bit more detailed preview on what Runecast actually does. We started the company 4 years ago, so we've been doing this for quite some time. We're admins ourselves, so we decided to create the product that is going to be most valuable for admins. And our biggest pain point when we had to do operations for VMware was having to firefight some issues that were seemingly undiagnosable and hidden, but they were already documented in the knowledge base or in some other sources. So we decided to take all that information and use it proactively to discover potential issues in the configuration or logs. Right now the product is already quite mature. We're scanning not only vSphere, but we're covering the main components of SDDC. So we cover also vSAN and NSX. It's fully on-premise product, on-premises. It's a 1 gig OVA that you deploy in your infrastructure. You connect it to one or more vCenter servers or NSX managers. The minimum required user is read-only. And already within 20 seconds to 2 minutes, you can see the results of the initial analysis. So you will already be able to see what are the risks in your environment that you have to mitigate. It not only tells you the risks, but it also lets you know what you need to do, what are the steps to mitigate them. Our main sources of truth, as we call them, or the knowledge that we automate, is the VMware knowledge base that keeps changing all the time. Also best practices from various different white papers and official documentations. In fact, we even scan social media, because some of the problems, before they're documented by the vendor, they emerge in some forums or blog articles. We make sure to validate those and to include them in the product, so our customers that have local Runecast Analyzer instances running can be protected against those issues at all times. And last but not least, we are very strong on compliance. So we decided to implement the vSphere security hardening guides and NSX security hardening guides, so official VMware recommendations. But we recently started adding also other security compliance standards. For example, this is STIG 6, that's mainly for federal agencies, and also PCI DSS, that's something we added just a week ago. We have the most comprehensive, the most full configuration scanning for PCI DSS with over 200 checks. Not only do you have the technical checks automatically performed by Runecast Analyzer, but we have provided the justifications why specific technical check maps to security control from PCI DSS. So in case you have an audit, you have a great way to prove that you're compliant to many of those controls. As mentioned, Runecast Analyzer is fully on premises. It consists of one single virtual machine. It's already pre-configured, pre-installed. You just have to set up the IP address and you can get going in just a few minutes. Connected to one or more vCenter servers, NSX managers, and it starts pulling the information from there right away. So within minutes, you'll be able already to see some of the data. All right, and now let me switch to the actual interface, so to see how it looks like. And by the way, we have recently released version 2.0, which has completely redesigned UI. And one of the reasons we did that, first of all, to make it easier to use, but also we have introduced historical trending as one of our cool new features. What that means is that you're going to be able to go back in time and see what kind of issues occurred yesterday, the day before, or some of the other previous scans. You're also going to be able to see how compliant you have been throughout the past few weeks or maybe the past year. And that's another great evidence to show in case you have some specific audit. You can also do comparisons between the different scans, so you can see what changed in your configuration. Maybe you changed something or somebody else did that caused a new issue to occur, or a new risk to appear, or maybe some incompliance, so you will be able to track that. Or maybe we have released some new rules because the VMware knowledge base was updated, or anything like that you will be able to see on the main dashboard. It will also show you how many critical, major, medium issues are detected, how many issues are found in the logs. So the product is acting also as a syslog server. In real time, it is scanning the logs coming from your ESXi hosts, and it discovers these problematic log patterns that link back to knowledge base articles. So it doesn't only give you hundreds of search functionalities where you have to know what you're searching for. It directly searches for the problems in your logs in real time and tells you only what you need to know. And what you need to know is what is the problem, what is the root cause, and how to solve it. Nothing goes off-prem, so it's fully on-prem. We have a Q&A session, by the way, afterwards, but it's a good question. Everything is on-prem. In fact, the product can work in fully offline mode. Of course, it needs to be updated from time to time, but you can use the offline update option as well. So you can download an ISO from our website, attach it to the virtual machine, and do the update this way. So this is really important, especially for federal agencies, for financial organizations, anybody that's concerned with security, really. We don't want any data to go out of our data center. If we have a couple more minutes, I can show you some of the issues that were detected in our test environment. Of course, all of you probably can recognize the L1TF security vulnerability that became quite popular in the past couple of weeks. We're very fast to react whenever something like that is officially announced, especially if it is that impactful. We react within hours, and we make sure to release the update so that your appliance can automatically update itself, especially if it's connected to the internet. Let's look at this issue over here. It tells you that you might run into purple screen of death in case you have ESXi 860 update 2 and a VMXnet 3 hardware LRO advanced setting set to enabled on the ESXi hosts. And on top of that, if you have virtual machine running on that host with hardware version 11 and with the VMXnet 3 driver configured. If you have the combination of all of these conditions on these objects or subset of objects in your environment, you might run into purple screen of death on one of your hosts. So that's a real risk, and under findings, you can see what are the exact affected objects, so you can take actions. So here I have a host that has affected version, build number, and advanced setting, and a virtual machine that runs on that host also with the mentioned VMXnet 3 and hardware version 11. So the last thing I want to mention is that just to realize the complexity of the configuration analysis the product is doing, it takes into account the object interdependencies in your environment in order to accurately report that you have a risk in your environment and you can mitigate it. Alright, I think we are almost at the end of our time. So I have, I think, 1 minute, so what I can mention is we have web client plugin that plugs into vCenter, full API, so you can plug it into the rest of your system management, and also vRealize orchestrator plugin, so you can more easily consume the API and build additional workflows around Runecast Analyzer. Right, with that, I think I can end. Thank you very much.
A big thank you to Mr. Markov and also Mr. Yamamoto.